Okay, good morning everyone. The track's officially already been open since 8:30 this morning, but of course we're still waiting for most teams to be lining up. We've got a running order posted on the FSG Formula Student homepage under FSE results. We had to look it up as well, so if you go under results, Formula Student 2014 FSE, you'll find the running order. And some way down on that running order, you will find the car that's on track now. That's E19 Braunschweig, if I'm correct. And they're one of the first teams, electric teams, that will be running here on this fabulous non-Sunday morning here in Hockenheim. With me is Mickey and Johnny. You already know them. And Mickey will give you a pre-update of maybe the next running cars that will be coming soon on the track today, and Johnny will follow that up with a short weather report of what we're going to be expecting today. So Mickey, what cars are we seeing here for maybe the in the morning stint?
Well, good morning everybody. First up will be, it's already on track, it's the team from Braunschweig, as you already mentioned. The next ones in line will be car number 103 at Goldboost TU, car number 100 Wuppertal, 99 from Chennai, from India, then an electric car, E97 from Landshut, and then another Indian team from Manipal, car number 96. And again, followed by yet another Indian team, Bangalore, car number 88, and also the team from Mumbai, car number 77. So we will have actually 4 Indian teams running in the first stint.
Well, this is really quite spectacular. We've had so many Indian teams competing here at the Formula Students, so this is a really a new thing here in 2014 in Hockenheim. Of course, this is the official running list, so please don't be confused if you see maybe some other cars on track, as what Mick has just said, because there are still, these cars are the cars that had difficulties yesterday and the days before in the dynamic event. So it could be that they have to maybe take the 2-minute penalty and say, can't take my slots in the running order, I'll be going on maybe later. So we'll just have to do this on the fly as the cars and teams come along in the queue. So Johnny, what can you tell us about the weather today? It's not looking as sunny. I think the red shirts are really going to enjoy this day today. They've had last year and the year before extreme hot weather they had to endure on track, but today I think most are in long trousers, maybe even get their jackets on. I see some girls out there that had to get some warm weather on. What have you got for us? Is the weather going to get any hot? Is more rain? What are we going to be expecting today?
Well, quite a mixed bag actually. I think just looking at the weather forecast I have here now, temperature's actually it's just around about 18 degrees at the moment, so that's why we're sort of feeling that it's a bit colder in comparison to the rest of the weekend. Temperature's going to rise up until about 26 degrees actually, somewhere around 4 o'clock this afternoon. So we got a few rain showers threatening around about 11 o'clock, somewhere between 11 and 3. Or 11 and 1 o'clock, sorry, but doesn't seem to be too much water actually that's going to be put down on track. Bit of a gap there in those small rain showers between 2 and 3 o'clock. Somewhere about 3:30, a few patchy showers again, but we're going to get a big dump of weather somewhere between 4 to 5 to 6 o'clock. So I think that's actually going to play a big part in the top 5 shootout. Now I've just had a chat with Bastian, one of the team responsible here for running the endurance event, and I said, is it strictly reverse order? And he said, yeah, technically yes, it's strictly reverse order. You run when you run, but the most important thing is that they want everything to be safe out there for their marshals. So they don't want any marshals sort of being put in tricky situations where they might have a car coming off track. So of course, taking safety very seriously here at FSG. So, yeah, we'll see whether or not that top 5 shootout is very heavily affected by rain. If a big rain shower comes and they see that it's going to pass over, I think they'll allow that to happen. So, but I think we could see some upsets there actually with the weather. So we could get some teams that are perhaps slightly slower, but running in drier weather, so they will end up getting faster times. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting day. Bit of cloud cover, but of course that's a bit risky. We all think we don't need the suntan lotion on, but trust me, that's when you end up getting burned. So I got factor 30 just smeared all over me here now.
That's good to know that we're not going to see bright red Irishmen later on tonight. I myself have got some suntan lotion on as well. We're going to be here commentating the whole day from this morning 9 till probably 7 o'clock in the evening. And as we just heard, if there's really going to be some upsets in the weather, I think we're going to be having maybe some small breaks, which will extend the whole endurance stint in the morning and afternoon maybe. So this could mean that we'll be taking maybe all the time that's necessary from I think 1 o'clock the afternoon session will start. This is where some of the faster teams that are already in the top 10 positions will be lining up in queue here and be waiting to get out on track. And last year we finished a bit earlier, I think about half 5 it was. It was great weather, really enjoyed it, but I think we all were quite red and exhausted after such a hot day. So maybe this is a bit of a difference. We'll be enjoying maybe a cooler weather, and we'll see how fast track times or what kind of track times and lap times we'll be seeing from the teams here. Last year we were seeing some teams going really, really fast, nearly every lap another half a second faster nearly as the track proceeds to get more grip and the tyres were hot. And I'm not sure if we're going to be seeing similar results this year, if the temperatures are going to stay as cool as now, but I'm enjoying it at the moment, not needing that much water, and we'll just see how it progresses during the day. What have you got for us, Mickey?
Well, just to give you a little update, each driver will complete 9 laps during the endurance. The endurance consists of 2 heats for each car. 9 laps, driver will come in, they get 3 minutes to do a driver change, send the second driver out, and they also to complete the next 9 laps. After that, they will come in if all goes well, and hopefully a lot of cars will finish. And then they will be re-scrutineered again, weighed, and also refueled to check the usage of the car. And also for the electric cars, all the energy meters will be read out. So that's sort of in short the procedure for the endurance today. Both drivers will be doing 9 laps. It's a very demanding circuit, as you can see. A lot of bends and curves, and it's a bit faster than the autocross track, I heard, but very demanding. And we will see some drivers getting tired because some of these cars are really hard to drive as well.
Yeah, quite interesting to see there yesterday. A few of the drivers really struggling just on their second lap, especially those drivers getting the reruns. Actually, just had a quick chat with Chalmers there yesterday. Who were telling me that on their third run after the rerun they'd completely cooked their tyres. So saw a 77-second lap. I thought it was much quicker, but no, it turns out the tyres had absolutely cooked themselves. So yeah, I think we'll be seeing that coming into play, that driver tiredness, the driver fatigue. One good thing is with the colder weather is that the heat won't play such a big part there on driver fatigue. I think a lot of teams will be pretty happy. I think engine's not going to be pushed too hard today. 26 degrees compared to last year, which was way up into the high 30s. So yeah, that's sort of one positive thing that we get out of having the slightly colder weather here. There'll be cooler engines, cooler brakes. So yeah, I think we should hopefully see a few more teams making it through the endurance this year. Not too many breakages yesterday. So yeah, let's hope that everyone can get all of those 18 laps completed with the driver change as well.
Yes, and temperature is a vital thing here, especially for electric cars. And if we keep our eyes back focused on our car E19 that's out on track, that's TU Brown Track, that have got the complete racetrack for themselves, and they are doing quite well. I just had a quick view and look at their lap times, 83 seconds. The best lap times yesterday we saw, of course, in the 72 to 74 seconds. But for a team that we didn't see yesterday, extremely well. So they had some technical difficulties. The team's done everything in their power to get the car running, and I think the driver must be extremely happy they're out on track getting this opportunity, and it's quite a seldom opportunity actually to have the racetrack for yourself, and I think the driver's really enjoying that. After the 9 laps, as Mickey said, we've got our scrutineers. We've got our scrutineers team here waiting in the driving change area in the back of the Brunel Tower. We know that you guys won't be able to see a lot from where you're sitting on the grandstand or tribune, but we have got our live TV stream online. So for you guys from home, we've actually got a mobile camera running around. So a camera guy, if you saw us just now on the live stream, he'll be trying to get the cars as they come into the driver's change, and we'll be taking some footage of what's happening in the pits. Mickey will be accompanying us in the pits, and we're trying to give you the most interesting updates of who's going in, about the driver's change if the car's got difficulties, and of course the most important thing is when a car and driver's change happen and the car won't go back on track again with the second driver. That does sadly happen now and then. We'll try and give you the best feedback and update so far we can. But of course, some things we do miss, and if you are sort of feverish at home and couldn't make it to Hockenheim, just tweet us at FSG Live. Ask us the questions. We've got 2 tablets today, so we'll try and keep our eyes peeled on your questions and, of course, answer them as best as possible. If there's any feedback, if you can't hear us or if we're talking too fast, I think yesterday we really were quite excited and we got in a sort of a run talk, I think, Johnny and I, but we'll try and keep the pace of talking a bit slower. And so, because we know not all people are native English speakers, especially non-Irish speakers, so not sure. That we'll try and keep it a bit slower. So thank you for that comment. And if you have anything else, just tweet us at FSG Live, and we'll try and get back to you as quickly as possible. Now, looking back in the line, Johnny, I've got 2 cars seeing there. It's Maribor and TU Eindhoven. There are the next cars lined up. So I think as soon as Braunschweig will be nearly finishing its first stint on the gap, we're seeing it's already on its 8th lap there. So that car will be coming into the driver's change soon. And our scrutineers are getting ready. We've already got the second driver from Brunswick up and ready, putting on his helmet. And I think as soon as that car will be coming into the pit lane, we'll be seeing at least 2 cars going out on track. So we'll be seeing a bit more action here now. But Braunschweig really doing a good job there.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. I think some of the cars that are about to come up there, 107 and E40, we're just seeing that actually they're it appears that they may actually be running out of order. So it could be a bit of a strategic call from those teams there. Of course, as you said, you get the two-minute penalty if you run out of order. But you know, weather could play quite a big part today. So we could see some of the teams higher up caught out by the bad weather. So over the 18 laps, you know, we saw yesterday that the wet weather or sort of damp weather times were anywhere up to 30-40 seconds slower per lap than the cars running in the dry. So yeah, quite an interesting strategic call there from those teams, if that is how it is. So it's just how it appears at the moment with the information that we've got, is that they're running out of the set order.
Yeah, Mickey and I just had a look at the running order and are a bit confused ourselves, so we're going to ask the race control and give you some update why we've have these big changes here. Eindhoven are not quite behind Maribor, so like you just said, it could be a race team that has got technical problems or strategic decisions, says no, I'm going to take the 2-minute penalty because over the 22 laps that we're going to be doing here, 18 laps we're doing here, then maybe we can get more time out of it. So we'll just be a bit patient and see what Mickey can mention. And as we talk, we got Brunswick E-Car E19 coming into the driver's change, and congratulations there to their first driver. And of course that the car's so resistant. And firing up, as you can hear, is a combustion car Maribor, car number 107. Officials just waiting for everything to get right. I think camera guys got a good footage of that. And Carsten will give the green flag soon for the car to be coming on track soon.
Yeah, the second driver there for car number 107, University of Maribor, seemed rather pleased there when the car started. So I think obviously they must have a few issues there, car number 107 from University of Maribor. So, but car just getting warmed up a little bit, just about to head out on the track as we watch car number E19 going through the driver change at the moment. So they have 3 minutes to make the driver change. Most teams doing it in less time, of course, but they'll be held there for the 3 minutes. So everything seems okay with the scrutineers just now.
Johnny, Daniel, I got a small update from Frank Ruske. The reason for the cars running out of order is very simple. The cars didn't show up in time for their slot, so they are allowing to every car that is ready to drive, at least the cars from the morning session. It's just because we have to fill the track as well, and we have to keep in mind the schedule for today.
Yeah, we could see this one though really benefiting these teams. So it's sure the track's a little bit dirty at the moment, but even the slightest bit of rain there is going to take the times down, so it could make a real difference to their overall placing, could bring them up into top 10, as we have number 107 University of Maribor going out through that killer cone chicane there, and really there trying to win that Bang Pop award, but not quite on the podium for it just yet. So, but rather loud car there. So, but impressive little car.
Well, next year we should have an award, commentators award for loudest car on track or something like that, Johnny, because we have a number of candidates which to apply for that.
Nicky, I was just saying last night in the hotel, and I didn't realise that my ears are Bang Pop cars was later on to you at Monash. Really, sort of giving us a good bit of entertainment there, and also just really sweet engine packages as well. So.
Yes, and we're still waiting for Eindhoven. They are just being told to wait a bit until the driver's change from E19 is complete. The second driver is already in the car, and the driver just giving a thumbs up. And as far as we can see here, the traction light is on as well, so this is a good sign. But I'm not hearing any beeping sound. Mickey will maybe try to get a closer look of what's happening there. Some difficulties on rebooting the car, maybe. The drivers reset the systems. And looking at a race engineer with a questionable look, so it doesn't look good for at the moment there.
No, it's a tough time, but yeah, let's hope they got 1 minute. Just give a call there from the scrutineers, so hopefully we can get a thumbs up from the driver and we hear
Well, actually there's a rule about this as well, Johnny. You get 3 minutes for the driver change. That's time that is not counted to your jury's time. After that you get an additional 3 minutes. But that's also your own time, those 2 minutes. So in total you get like 5 minutes, out of which 3 is free.
And as the difficulties proceed, that means Eindhoven have just been given the green flag to be entering the track very soon. So across the tribune you will be seeing Eindhoven, our black and orange car. But is that the car running again? Yes, it is. That's Braunschweig E19. Congratulations there. They got their thing sorted out. Maybe a couple of penalty seconds on top of the lap time, but I think that team is just happy that the car's actually up and running so far.
Yeah, big hug there from the race engineer and the driver there. Super pleased that that's going. But let's hope no problems as soon as they get back out on track, as we have car number 107 coming through that killer cone chicane down into the kink. Yeah, really nice car actually, looking pretty settled out there, no cones so far. As they go through Lost Chain Corner, down over the little bump where we were standing yesterday, through the last sort of couple of sections of corners from the autocross.
So we've just had a bit of a talk now. We're going to split ourselves up with 3 commentators, and as Johnny just said, we were yesterday at the autocross on the far end, just coming on to the big turn after Lost Chain. That's where we were positioned yesterday, and I think Johnny will make the long walk over there so that he can give a bit of a better sight of what's happening on the north curve. And Mickey will be staying in the pits for us, giving us feedback on what's happening here with the cars pitting in. Staying here in the Brunel Tower on top and try and give you the best overview possible of some of the teams that will be racing here. We've got 2 cars out of track. Maribor. Racing controller set the car loose, but I think he just stalled the engine, restarted, or trying to restart at the moment. So Carsten's just giving the driver a bit of a chance. But as the wait is longer, we see Eindhoven coming through, round to the Broken Dreams, into the Horseshoe. And we had yesterday a couple of cars really hitting the ground quite often. Our scrutineers, they of course heard that and saw that, and went to the teams yesterday to talk to them and say, well, you really need to fix that issue. And hopefully we won't be seeing these teams hitting the ground anymore, because that will be, of course, a DNF then over. And what we're seeing here on track, behind the first scoreboard and arena, is TU Braunschweig. They are having some difficulties. The cars have rolled off the track. The driver did a nice, neat job and didn't stay on track, but went aside. So that will be a yellow flag. There'll be a yellow flag that will be coming out for the drivers.
Yes, Daniel, the lap times from Maribor are quite impressive already. They have been doing 77, 78 seconds lap. And Eindhoven is doing a very decent 85, 86 second lap. So actually Maribor is catching Eindhoven. So we will see one of the features of this event is the overtaking. During the race you're not allowed to overtake on track. We have special areas for that, indicated by the blue cones. So whenever you get a blue flag, that means that you have to pull into one of these overtaking areas, so the faster car can overtake you and continue with the race. This is obviously done for well, safety reasons. This is a amateur competition at the moment with amateur drivers, student drivers, so this is all done for safety, Daniel.
Yeah, talking about safety, we just saw Maribor really close up on Eindhoven, but Maribor hasn't got the Eindhoven hasn't got the blue flag yet. And in front is of course Brunswick, who've already gone off track again because they've been going really slowly. They've tried, they've actually managed to get the car up and running again. But now so it's got a free track ahead of them and can make the most of it. You can get some better times than those times you've already set.
Yeah, it's just really nice there to see car number 107 Maribor catch up there and pass Eindhoven. Unfortunately, just car number 8 E19 Braunschweig just having a few issues there, having to pull off track. But they were clear out of the way, so it didn't affect the times there of Maribor or Eindhoven. But just back to a point there you were making about the front wings hitting the track. Just the bump just right in front of me here. I'm down by the Continental stand as we have car number E19 pulling off track once again. So Mickey, do you just want to take us through the rules there concerning cars coming off track?
Well, if you have a problem with the car and you can't seem to drive it further, then usually the best way is to just pull it off the track and try to get the car restarted. The normal procedure is that you got one lap measured by the other running cars. So usually you get one lap, which is 30 to get your car restarted and to continue your endurance event. But if you can't restart within a reasonable time, then that's it. And they will pull you off the track, and that's a DNF, sadly. But it looks like the driver got the E19 going again. So let's see whether they can continue.
Yeah, I'm just wondering whether or not that's actually a technical issue. They've just put it on the track again, so it does seem to be a technical issue. I was thinking there might have been they were maybe pulling over because here they're fastly approaching them, but no, it really does seem to be a technical issue. They've just pulled off after the Killer Cump chicane. Whoa, we got a wing come off here on car number 21, Loughborough University. Just over heading into the wings corner. They're not going to get much help around there. I think they're going to probably get either a meatball or a black flag.
They should give him a red flag immediately without any question. That's just dangerous. They should stop the car, and they are doing it just at the moment as we speak. I think the driver noticed something as well, so that's just not safe to continue like that.
That's a real shame there for car number 21, Loughborough. I mean, it's probably just a failing there of a ball joint, as we've got car number E19 stopped once again down at the Nord corner, the Nord curve. So we got the cars of 107. This is one of the risks now. If you sure they're getting out on the drier weather track, but of course you have cars that can have issues, can cause you time problems. But let's hope that doesn't make too big a difference to Eindhoven and Maribor's times.
Yes, obviously they are being shown the waved yellow flag, which indicates that you have to slow down. So the organization has to see that you are really slowing down and taking every measure possible to avoid any dangerous situation. So there's no use in getting the throttle full on when you're shown the waved yellow flag, because that will cause some problems for you as well. You might even get a little chat with one of the organizations afterwards. So that's a good thing that these teams are aware of these flags as well.
Yeah, we got car number 107 just catching up here on car number 89 from Bratislava, getting both yellow flag and blue flag there for Bratislava. Just warning there for car number E19. They're being held by so Maribor's 107 just
just taking a look back into the queue, because of course if Loughborough has been taken out, we'll be seeing a new car back out on track. Next car in line is car 53 Lemgo. Behind that we've got our Darmstadt team E56 that had some difficulties in autocross, and after that Moscow Mardi, and we'll be just waiting briefly and shortly until these cars will be coming out on track. And at the moment, I think they're just following a 3-car on track policy. Not sure if they actually want to get 4 or maybe 5 cars on track. That's something we saw last year. And Bastian just waving the flag there for Maribor. I think, Mickey, that's our second pit change car that's coming into the driver's changing area.
Just some issues down here for car E19. As getting the yellow flag there for Eindhoven E40. So I think we may see them being pulled out of the event.
Yes, and driver's change running a bit hectic here for Maribor. We've got driver 1 really egressing out quite fast out of the car, while the second driver's jumping in. The first driver's helping him in with the straps, adjusting, doing some minor adjustments, while the scrutineers with their white gloves are around the side and trying to see if there are any fluids leaking, if everything's okay, if there are any breakages and so forth. And it looks good at the moment. I think Mickey will keep his eyes posted. If there's something happening over there, then he'll give us some feedback on that. But at the moment, Eindhoven's still going very strong there, and that's good, because electric teams do have some difficulties, as we saw with Brunswick as well, with their batteries and traction system. And out goes car 53, that's our Lemgo University, and well done there to those guys. They've put their rear wing sort of extremely flat. I'm not sure if they've got a DRS system on that, or if that's just been on purpose, that they realised that's too much maybe traction and they're just trying to get the air resistance down. And with car 89 Bratislava from Slovakia, they are just going through the slalom quite strongly there as well. What's the issue back in the driving change area, Mickey? Can you update us maybe on that?
Yes, Daniel, I had a little chat with the guys from Loughborough. They were really good about not losing the wing. One of the rod ends sheared off, unfortunately. As we recall, yesterday they had some issue as well with one of the tie rods at the end, at the rear of the car. So they were just very unlucky this weekend. Great bunch of guys, and they really deserve better. But this is motorsport, and let's hope they can improve the car and maybe join another competition in a week. There's the Czech competition, but right now they were really sad, and it's just really emotional to see them as well.
Yeah, quite understandable there. Sadly, also car number E19, Braunschweig, have been retired as well. Pretty sad. They had some issues there just in the driver change, trying to get the car restarted, pulling off the track a few times, but they finally, unfortunately, had to retire here down at the Nord Curve. So I think a bit of a round of applause for both Lothbra and Braunschweig just from the crowd there.
And I think another applause will be coming in. Mickey, I think you just wanted to mention that.
Well, we have car number 107 ready for the engine restart. The second driver is strapped in, has been checked by the scrutineers, and he's desperately trying to restart the engine. He does have a couple of minutes, but driver looks a bit anxious as the car is not starting yet. I'll keep you updated on that, Daniel.
Yes, and we just saw Eindhoven with the first driver being given the checkered flag and also coming to the driver's change area. So that's 2 cars we've got in the driver's change area now. And Mickey will keep us posted on what's happening there. And hopefully we'll be seeing both cars back on track soon, especially with Maribor, who've had some really good flying laps here of 77 seconds. They've done really well. On track now, we've still got the 2 cars up. We've got Slovakian and team car number 89 that's just running over the start-finish line, running nice and smooth, so it's doing a safe pace here, trying, I think, just to make their own goal and achieve their own goal of completing the endurance here. I think same goes here with Lemgo. They really have got the really nice pace going, nice consistency so far, and trying everything so that the car will really endure the endurance here race, and hopefully with their driver's change with the second driver complete the endurance here today, this morning in Hockenheim.
Well, Daniel, just to give you an update on the Maribor car, doesn't seem to be working at the moment. The driver is just very desperate, and there's absolutely no movement in the car. It seems like something with the battery. Maybe that battery has been drained a bit too much. They do have a couple of seconds left, but it doesn't look good at the moment, Daniel. It's really sad.
Yes, that's really sad, especially because that car was going really fast at the moment. 77 lap time, I think, was the fastest lap time that we've seen so far. 77.15, yes it is. We've just seen Lemgo on track doing their personal best of 92.86. And Bratislava with an 98.88. So the drivers are picking up speed as they get to know the track better, and see just Lemgo coming around here from the North Curve back into the arena, while Bratislava's going over to the slingshot and onto the final straight.
Daniel, just an update. Car number 107 is unfortunately out of the competition. They couldn't restart the engine in the right amount of time, so that's very sad. But they were really quick out on track, but just couldn't get the engine restarted. So that's a very sad DNF for car number 107. It's so sad, Daniel.
Yes, there are always sad moments and positive, happy moments. One of the happy moments is, of course, for Eindhoven, that have actually managed to complete the driver's change and are just waiting to get the green flag to be released back out on track. So congratulations there to Eindhoven, and we'll be seeing them back on track shortly. Yes, with Maribor, that is sad because it's another fast car. They have problems just with restarting the engine. We hope we won't be seeing many of these problems as the day proceeds today, because really most cars should be able to restart by themselves. And if you just said, if there's a battery problem, if the battery's been drained, then the guys really have to look into it and see if maybe they root of the problem, so that won't occur again next time they compete at an event. And before Eindhoven comes out Darmstadt. After Eindhoven comes out Darmstadt as well. So we've got 4 cars out on the racetrack. And that's going to be a bit interesting now, also to keep track of. Johnny, I think Darmstadt's just passing you by. What can you give us?
Yeah, lovely little car here, car E number 56 to Darmstadt. They had a few issues now just before the competition, just trying to get things done. Speaking to a few people there, I know from the team, a bit frustrated just with some of the issues reoccurring. It's just quite interesting. We saw at the bump yesterday, quite a few teams, their front wings actually hitting, or even the chassis hitting just as they come down over the bump. You know, I think the drivers really at the end of their autocross laps driving at 125%. And but I do know that a couple of teams were talked to afterwards just to warn them about actually going over the bump. I think even one of the big scalps that was taken was GFR. From what I understand, one of their laps was DNF'd because there is a zone within which they are actually allowed to just kiss the track. But unfortunately, I think it was just right where I'm standing here, going into the left-hand turn, the car bounced again and clipped the track. So they were unhappy, and I think got a DNF for that one. So just a bit of a warning out there for all the teams, just to take care of that.
And looking at the track times here, we see Darmstadt doing a very decent pace here, 84.39. So that's their second lap time they've got here going. I think we'll be seeing a lot, that car will be picking up the pace here as the driver gets to know the track better.
Yeah, it's getting quite hot here actually out on track, but as I look behind me, I start to see some dark threatening clouds, so we may get rain coming up sort of within the next 20 minutes. So I'm sure the few of the teams who are out on track will be, well, A, happy if they can get through all of that, but B, maybe a bit anxious just in case we get a bit of rain coming down. It's going to start affecting their times.
Yes, Daniel. We have a couple of other cars lining up as we speak. We have the car number 36 from Latacunga, and also the car number 101 from Moscow, just lining up. The latter one, the 101 from Moscow, is just waiting for the green flag to commence the endurance. Daniel.
Thank you for that update. I've just had a quick look at the weather, the reports and the rain radar, and it does look like there's a big shower going under Stuttgart, Ulm, and going up north. Prediction is at about between 11 and 1. We'll be receiving some of that. The positive side of that is it should be just the edge of it, so I think it will be hopefully just light rain that we'll be seeing here, so hopefully just a damp track. But like Mickey just said, one of the waiting cars is out. It's Moscow, Mardi. They've just come out on track, car number 101. And that means we have got our 5 cars out on track here now. So really difficult for us to keep the cars in spec here and give you all the updates. So if we try to do our best not to get things muddled up here. We've got car Darmstadt chasing through the Salem, Eindhoven, and when we look at the lap times, I think Darmstadt is actually picking up a very good pace, 78.37 now. That was seconds faster than the prior lap, and they're really catching up Eindhoven with about 10 seconds per lap. So we'll be seeing the blue flag being waved here for Eindhoven very soon. So if we keep an eye on those 2 cars here, I think when cars come round to the north curve, I think, Johnny, you'll be seeing some action over there at your place.
Yeah, we've got car number 53 just coming up back on the car 89, as well as E40 and, oh my, E56 there, TU Darmstadt really just clawing in away at car number E40 from Eindhoven. I think that driver really has the bit between the teeth, so we'll be seeing a blue flag. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 cars in a row. I think a bit of a problem here for car number 89. They've just pulled off to the side. Oh, so that means we got 1, 2, 3, 4 cars caught up behind one another.
That's a real traffic jam there. I haven't seen that before. 4 cars in a row, Johnny, is that correct?
Yeah, it's car number 53. God, the drivers are really sort of chomping at the bit. And of course, what will happen is as soon as the car comes out of the way, they'll all get to go again, which means we won't get any blue flags. So sadly for Darmstadt, really catching car number 53 and car number E40 from Eindhoven, getting right up on the backside of car number 53, trying to make it really obvious to them that they need to get that blue flag out and get them out of the way. it's getting a bit nerve-wracking watching. Hopefully none of them brake too hard and catch them out, so I'm sure those drivers may get a bit of a talking to, so they need to just be a little bit cautious. If we got car number 89 solving whatever issue it was that they had to get going again. So Maddie's just having a little bit of a race on their own here, so that's good for them, nice and steady.
And we have to say this is a time event, I think, Mickey. I'm not sure what they said at the drivers' briefing, but being so close on track, I mean, you're not going to gain anything really much by really pushing the guy back in front, but car 53 getting the blue flag, that of course means Darmstadt will have to wait onto the next bit, but the next blue thing, I think, is Eindhoven going to get blue flag? No, not yet. They're still waiting, but I think it'll be very soon on the north stand that Eindhoven will have to be shown the blue flag, because they've been really going quick pace here. And
yeah, really good control there from that Darmstadt driver. Must be very frustrating. I'm sure Mickey can take us through what it's like as a driver. I know there's been a few incidents where, we're not getting the blue flag there. There's been a few incidents in the past where drivers have gone into the back of other drivers, so it's a bit frustrating. Blue flag, Marshall holding it out now, so they're not going to get it there in the next pass. And Mickey, you want to just take us through what it's like as a driver? How do you control yourself?
Well, it's very difficult. You're very tempted to make a pass on the track itself, but that's really strictly not allowed. If that happens, you are disqualified immediately. So that is being briefed on every driver briefing. Do not overtake outside the overtaking areas. If you do that, you are disqualified. But as you're a racing driver, or even as a student driver, you just want to get on with the car, and it's really frustrating when you're behind a bit slower car. Although you know that eventually you will pass them, but it can cost you a couple of seconds, or sometimes even half a minute to get past one of the slower cars. But it's really frustrating, and the idea is that you have to keep the distance, because any mistake and you will hit the car in front of you, which also automatically means you are disqualified.
Well, looking at the lap times, Eindhoven's best lap time was 80.6 seconds so far, and Darmstadt with 77 seconds. So it's just 3 seconds different. And talking of differences, is that Darmstadt that we're seeing here on track that's just gone out straight away. So I think Eindhoven are playing maybe a bit of the safer strategy. They've probably detuned their complete power output, sort of just to get their resources endured for the whole of the endurance, while Darmstadt's really been giving everything. But as we talk, car 89 Bratislava has come into the driver's change area, and our scrutineers are greeting our car. They've got their team colleagues waiting, and the driver ready, getting out of the car, and we'll be catching up with them shortly and see in a couple of minutes how that car proceeds and if we can restart that. What about Darmstadt? We've got, I think, the 60-second rule, where the red shirts will allow and give the time the driver to maybe restart his system, reboot the systems, and see if he can keep the car going again. I'm not sure if I can see the traction light that just went on there, so it could mean that maybe we'll be seeing that car going on. But these are these issues with electric cars. I mean, they really have a lot of power, and as we see Eindhoven there, really doing a slower pace nearly every lap on that. So I think they've got some issues that the race engineers or the telemetry are really looking at, and making a wise choice there, maybe just to say, hey, calm down there, we've got to just limit the power there. I know that it must be frustrating for the driver when he knows that the car on track can actually go a lot faster than he currently is. As we say that, we got car 53, Lemgo US coming into the driver's change, and that means that he's got the chance to make the driver's change. But of course, talking about driver's change, there won't be any driver's change for Darmstadt, because those 60 seconds are over. That's over for them. That's a DNF. Sadly for Darmstadt, who really were very fast here on our endurance racetrack in Hockenheim here. Well done there to Darmstadt. Would have been lovely to see a couple more laps, maybe even that, but sadly we have to say goodbye there and give the lap track free for a couple of other cars who are still in the waiting queue.
Yeah, we have some action going on in the driver change area. We have car number 53 Lemgo and car number 89 from Bratislava. Both of them in there. I think both of them have the second driver in place as well. Scrutineers are checking all the cars. Mostly they're checking for any free play on vital parts of the car, and also some fluid leaks, which are especially oil leak. If there's an oil leak, then that's on automatic disqualification, unfortunately. But if nothing of that is going on, they will let the cars race again. So it looks good for both cars at the moment.
Yeah, just a little bit sad there for TU Darmstadt, unfortunately. Unfortunately out now. So, but I can definitely tell you it's a nice tent to visit tonight at the end of the event. There'll be some nice beers there. So I think everyone should go over and give them a bit of a pat in the back. They got to get the car back home after this weekend, get it ready for the next event.
And we just saw our Ecuador team coming out on track here. So they were doing their first autocross dynamic event yesterday, and they got a big round of applause. And we'll just wait and see how they got their car and drivers come up. But I see hearing some engine sound here from the pit area. Mickey, can you give us an update what's happening there? Well, it definitely looks like car 53 Lemgo have got their car restarted, but also car 89. That's Bratislava team. So both teams are up and running, and Mickey was just indulged in a bit of a conversation with one of the teams, so that's why we had a bit of break there. Mickey, what have you got for us?
I had a little chat with the Darmstadt guys. They don't know really what happened with the car. It just went off and nothing really happened after that with the car. So they don't really know what happened until they get the car back and do some diagnostics.
Just a nice little, nice steady pace here from car number E40. Just see them trying to get there to the end of the endurance. That's they're in for this competition to finish top 5. So really nice car, really nice team. I've been along talking to their team leader this weekend. They were, quite realistic about their goals. So yeah, I mean, it looks like they're getting the times in. I think they've got they're on their final lap 18. So let's hope they get to the end of this lap now, and really be able to put in a good score both for the endurance and the efficiency score. So let's hope they can hit that top 5 goal.
And our La Tonga team from Ecuador, they got their first lap time. It's 120 seconds. So they are in the same pace as they were in the autocross yesterday. Out on track, we got Moscow 101 with just under 100 seconds. A bit faster, we've got Lemgo with 94.49 with their second driver out on track. And of course Eindhoven now, who've been shown the checkered flag. So well done there to Eindhoven. That's 2 drivers with driver check. They complete the endurance. Congratulations there. And I think Mika will give us a bit of a feedback there, maybe a driver's interview or some information from Eindhoven, because the driver was really happy as he drove into the driver's change there. Congratulations, Eindhoven. You've done a really good job. You've done a really bringing it home safely. The guys bring it up there. And so, Mickey, what have you got for us from Eindhoven?
I'll just walk up to one of the team members and try to ask him a couple of questions. Is there anybody I can talk to? You guys? Okay. So, what's your name?
My name is Robin.
So you were the first driver of Eindhoven?
Yeah, that's correct.
Any thoughts you want to share with the audience after finishing the endurance?
Only happy thoughts. So we had some problems yesterday with the autocross. Unfortunately, we weren't able to set a time, but luckily our electronics team managed to fix the car back up. So thank you, electronics team. And also get a good time in. Both me and Bart really had to look at all the data from the car just to drag it over the finish line. Motor was really hot, battery almost empty, but he managed to get it over the finish line, so we're really excited.
Well, great job. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, that's exactly the strategy what we're talking about before. It really is a difficult job to get the balance right between heat temperature, the power surge of the batteries, and trying to make it home. But on track, we're seeing yellow flag waved here on the horseshoe. This is car 89 Bratislava. As we heard the interview from Eindhoven from Mickey, we could see that car 89 was slowing down, and Moscow was really nearly touching it from behind, very close there, but it looks like that Bratislava's got some technical issues, and still got the 60 seconds to restart. I think you restart the engine, it's trying to get it going. It's having a bit difficulty there getting off the mark. I've seen it nudge once or twice, and drivers trying to keep calm and get the car back into gear. And yeah, he's restarted it again, so that's a good sign, and hopefully the track is clear. It is, so we can come back to the
great to see that they've made it out here into endurance. Just going for the sort of steady pace, trying not to take too many cones, as they have car number E44 Deggendorf really closing down in on them. Bit of a mistake there, just taking a cone out just before they head into the slalom. So Deggendorf coming up, hopefully they get the blue flag quickly as we have car stopped out there.
And I think we've got a bit of a confusion here. That's we've got a couple of yellow flags waving, and they've been shown just concentrating on one car from Bratislava. And as we're talking, we've got car 101 that's come to a standstill. Johnny, you just mentioned nice car. The red shirts are making the signal that the car behind should leave the track and drive around. That's Lemgo car 53. So there was a bit of a confusion here, as we've got so many cars on track that are coming to a halt and standstill. And I hope that the Moscow team will, yes, it's restarted its engine, but jump-start it, drop the clutch a bit too quickly and stall the engine again. But they're up and running again. But with Bratislava, the drivers has got out of the car, and the red shirts are trying to push the car off so that we won't have a yellow flag waving anymore. Note the yellow flags has been taken off. It's a green flag go now, so all track areas are green again, so the drivers can go flat out. That was a bit of an interesting bit there. We really have to watch out that our marshals don't just concentrate on the one car stopping, but really have to look at on track all the other cars are being. And we saw the bit of that yesterday, Mickey, didn't we? That sadly there's so much going on. Codes,
yeah, we got some issues here over the far end of the track with car number 36 from Ecuador. Just running a bit slow, so got caught up by car number E44 and car number 53 as well. Bit of a strange smell off the engine there, so I think it's some engine issues. Little bit of blue smoke there. Hopefully they can just keep that one going.
Yes, as we're talking about the marshals on track, let's not forget they are in a very vulnerable position. They are standing out on track, and they have to keep 4 or 5 cars in their minds, because any one of them can go off the track. And really, these marshals deserve the respect, because they are putting, they are exposing themselves to these cars. They have no protection and barriers. Obviously, they stand in corners where the chances of being hit is low, but still they do take the risk.
And we just got a bit of feedback that at the small tribune here in front next to Brunel Tower, that the speakers were down a bit, so I've put them up a bit. So hopefully you guys can hear with all the noise and combustion cars out there. It is a bit difficult, I have to say, because we've got the two extremes. We've got the loud combustion cars and extremely quiet electric cars. So of course, if we've got more electric cars out on track, then of course we will be sounding a bit too loud maybe at the speaker system. So we do apologise for that, but it's really difficult to get the two extremes all sorted out in here. And I've got a special guest up here on the Brunel Tower. I think a little grasshopper here, and I'm not talking about the green one, but a real grasshopper. So I hope he's not going to confuse our race control Frank here out on top. But there's a lot happening back in the Brunel Tower. We've got cars coming back out on track as we're doing driver's change. That's our Stralsund team coming out here for their first lap. And in the pits, we still have our Moscow team that are doing their driver's change, so that's looking good. And our team, Ecuador, they're in the pits here as well, so that's
yeah, a few engine issues for them there, so hopefully they can get restarted as we get car E44 car 53 really lighting up you can still hear that over the combustion engine, but I'm pretty certain that they'll catch up rather quickly with car number 23. So great to see them out on track, and of course car number 46 from Huddersfield as well. Good to see them running. A few issues yesterday for them as well. So yeah, just as they head down now to the over the jump into the slingshot, just about to head out onto the back straight, or the main straight now as it is today. So yeah, couple of nice cars out on track at the moment, keeping a good pace.
Yes, Johnny, thank you. We have another drama unfolding in the pit area. Car number 36 from Latacunga unfortunately has been disqualified for an oil leak. There was some blue smoke coming from the car, and scrutineers have seen an oil leak, and that's of course dangerous for the car and the driver. So they had no choice but to disqualify the Latacunga car, but they made such a big travel overseas from all the way from South America, and they have competed in the endurance, which is absolutely great. So everybody in the audience, just give a big cheer for the Latacunga guys.
Yes, they've done a great performance here, getting the car over here and actually managing to take at least a couple of laps here. So quite sad here because of an oil leak that the car is not quite dry and that have to be disqualified. We just saw Stralsund being very sportsmanship, not being waved the blue flag, but going to the blue lane. Knows that he's not fast out there, and he also is not keeping an eye on track on the front, but also on the rear. But here comes Moscow and Mardi back out on track with their second driver. So well done there, guys, that you've managed to restart the car. And after some of the difficulties stopping on track, as we saw earlier, we hope that the second driver will manage to complete all 9 laps and hopefully bring the car safely home back into the pit area. And on track, we've also got our green car, E44 Deggendorf, Black Forest, doing good pace here. Our electric cars will try and probably get more on the safe side as we go from in terms of track temperatures. There's still some problems. It's cool, and also the batteries. But I really like that headlight. I hope the LEDs are not sucking too much power out the battery system. The LEDs are quite efficient, we know, but we'll also get some high beam LEDs, as we already know from some of the lighting system that we have. And as we talk, we've got first lap out, our car Spanish team 25 from TU Madrid with their first driver. Stralsund close behind, but Stralsund really having difficulties here. It's not sure what's happening. Driver's shaking his head as he's going through the Killer Cone chicane, and is really slowing down drastically now. Yeah, I've got a feeling he's got a bit of engine trouble here. Yeah, they've been struggling a little bit with the gears actually. So, but they seem to be still running. So it means they've got some kind of gear. But yeah, the engine, it's just kangaroo petrol in there. They're just hopping away. So I think also one to watch there is car number 53. It sounds like they've got a bit of a fuel surge issue. So hopefully that driver realises that too. As we have car number 23. Stralsund, unfortunately, just on their third lap, just pulling off. Driver shaking their head. Oh, he's trying to going to try and get it to go ahead again, as we have car number 46 catching up on 101 right in front of me here. Yeah, car number 46 driver really seems to be getting to know the track, putting in some good lap times. I think they're getting close to the fastest combustion time. Good thing is here now, car number 23 really revving it up, so engine seems to have cleaned itself off a good bit. Drivers being given the go-ahead again, so thumbs up there from the organisers. This is really, really important that everybody knows it. most work they've got really is always in the morning session. This is where all cars that had problems so far in the dynamic events and therefore weren't as fast as. And talking about problems, car 46, that's Huddersfield here, right next to the corner of Broken Dreams. That really seems to be a hotspot there for cars breaking down. I'm not sure if that's got anything to do with the small jump and dip there just as you go into the tight hairpin in the far right. Yellow flag's been waving, and car 53 Lengo is being told to go. Oh no, car's been pulled off, so the track's free again. Still yellow flag though, so as they try and to communicate to the driver, I think the Huddersfield is ready to go off again. The marshals are just saying, nope, wait, we've still got some traffic going on. And yes, it really does look as Huddersfield is being restarted the engine and is back on field. So well done there to the driver, keeping a cool head. We've got a bit of a traffic jam here with Stralsund keeping up the pace for Deggendorf, and Deggendorf just overtaking there, and Stralsund really struggling hard. And I think this is more of an engine trouble. Not sure if the fuel system's concerned, but really looks like he's struggling. He's just sort of jerking up and down and keeping Huddersfield on the back. Hope Huddersfield will keep patient. The driver's got some issues there as well. He's pressing a lot of buttons. It looks like we've got two cars on track, but Huddersfield managed to restart the engine again, so I think the pace maybe was just a bit too slow for him. And Stralsund is being escorted off the track by our marshals, and the yellow flag's been waving. He'll have another 60 seconds to go, but I think the driver's really signaling he's had enough. No, he's tried everything so far. He's really been struggling the past couple of lap times to get that car going, but as we've just saw in the last straight and final chicane here through the start-finish line, the driver said no, it's had enough. He's tried everything. He can't get the car running properly. There's no point. So they've gone off for retirement. So well done, guys, to Stralsund. Sadly, technical difficulties, so not finishing endurance. Out on track, Johnny, things seem
ready to go, yeah, giving the thumbs up, but just a bit of a jump there with the clutch, and they're being held back again. It'd be interesting to know there from Mickey. I really saw that car number 53 was really struggling with what seemed to be fuel surge. It'd be really, really good if you could get in there and talk to that second driver, see if you can find out whether or not that's what was going on.
Yeah, Jenny, I'll do that as soon as he's back. And yeah, he's just out of the car at the moment, and he will be making his way over here. So I'll try to talk to him as well.
Cool, and just at that, thanks, Mickey. We got car number 46 just underway again. That's great to see. You know, it's they've had their struggles, but the driver's really shaking their head. Now pulled off again, unfortunately, shaking his head right in front of me. So I think it's given up the ghost, unfortunately. So not even any movement from the driver, sadly. I think that's it. He's given up for the day.
Yes, and I think another car. We've just had a big cheer here from a tribune, and that's because our guys from Blackfriars Deggendorf have come into the pits. So the team's really happy that they managed that. I think we're on track as well. We have a yellow flashing light here. That's our refreshment guy with his trike. So he'll be getting some drinks and food to our red shirts here. But as we talk, right in front of the tribune, in front of us, we see a Moscow team. I think the rear right suspension failure as it looks. So we've got an extreme positive camber. Seems like it's got the upper A arm has broken or snapped or something. So that's a technical failure. So they will not be able to complete and finish their endurance. So well done, guys. You've done a great job so far. We've got the second Russian team here out here. Marmy, of course, who's always been with us. But I think Mickey's got some specs and updates for us. What have you got for us?
Yeah, I've been talking to the second driver from Stralsund. He just told me that that the team had to change the engine yesterday. So this was a rebuilt engine which they had in the car. He didn't really know what the biggest idea was. It just stalled, and there was nothing to do about it. But he was absolutely gutted.
That is something you don't really want to happen as a driver. It really is a shame for that. We see our Russian driver just walking off track here in red, while the red shirts are pushing the car back behind the scoreboard. And we've got TU Madrid going over the start-finishing line. And
Yeah, Daniel, and we have car number E44, Deggendorf, just completed the driver change, and they will be joining the endurance soon.
Yeah, just a point there in car number 46. The driver really tried hard to get them started again, but it just gave up the ghost. So it's really sad. So unfortunately another DNF there, but I think a good job there from car number 46. As we have E44 coming back out on track, so that's great. They got through the driver change, coming now through lost chain. So
yeah, and a big cheer there from the tribune again, as we just heard from Mickey that our Deggendorf guys, E44, are back out on track and managed to drive its own. So congratulations there. Doing a good job, and the team really happy that it's second driver back on track out there.
Yeah, I got car 52, Moscow Mami, just coming past me. Lovely little car, actually. Really very impressed with some of the Russian entries now. I think they're really benefiting from having their own competition, which is happening later on this summer. So Pat Clark, of course, will be in support of the competition. So yeah, I think some of these teams coming from the likes of the Czech Republic, from Spain, from Italy, Germany, of course, and the UK teams, they benefit quite a lot from having a home competition. So nice to see that level of engineering increasing on those. And 52 putting in some really nice times there, 95.32 that last lap. So yeah, just nice to stand down here down at the track and watch them all come over the bump here.
And just coming out was port time. We've got still a couple more cars in the waiting queue. Next up is Sevilla, after that Hatfield and St. Augustine. Next three cars waiting. Of course, the engine is still out there on track. We've got Deggendorf with a flashy headlight passing the start-finishing line, all in green. I think the team cheering here on that their second driver really will give everything. And being chased here. Start-finish line is our Thailand team from Bangkok. They are doing a great performance here as well over the course of the endurance. And just trying to see what the lap times are again. I mean, you see that straight up ahead in front of you, but Moscow Mami are really putting on a great show here. Another personal best, 92.42, and really catching up here with Deggendorf. And not sure if they're overtaking it. Maybe you can brief us there here, Johnny.
Yeah, car number 52 just got through there past number E44. Also interesting to watch there, car number 70. Seems to be having, I'm not quite sure whether it's a few fueling issues or just seems to be as it was coming out of the corner. But nice to see the driver bang the steering wheel as they went down the grandstand. Seemed to take care of a few of their issues for them. So.
Yeah, you just mentioned four-time car 70. I've just noticed that as well as it goes through the slingshot. I'm not sure if it's really got some power issues or if the driver's just being very careful and subtle with the car. We'll be coming back to you over the broken chain corner. Just passing very slow there, Johnny.
Yeah, it's just as they're coming out of the tight corner, it just kind of dies down a little bit. So I suspect what we could be having there is a loose electrical connector, because it doesn't sound like it's misfiring at all. So that really feels as if it's losing something. So, but I'm sure the driver should be able to manage the speed as they come down in here towards the pendulum. No cutting it out at all. So through the left-hand side as they head up down into wings. So yeah, no issues there. So it really actually appears to be through right-hand corners when it's got the issues. So watch it now just as it goes through wings. Yeah, it's the right-hand turn. So it's just as it's going through the right-hand turns, just dies down a little bit. So we'll keep an eye on that. I think they'll be able to keep going and manage it.
Well, Johnny, as you know, I've been the driver a couple of times as well, and we've had the same issue as well in my team. Sometimes it's also can be a fuel pickup problem, because as you know, all these cars have fuel tanks, and sometimes the gas will shift to one side and maybe not getting the pump not getting enough feed to the engine. But that's just one of the options, obviously.
Well, Well, I think it's a definite analysis that the right-hand corner is not the Fort Times favourite at the moment. We saw it in a tight hairpin just after the Broken Dreams corner, and again on the slingshot, the car really slowing down. The driver really unhappy. Just saw his fist sort of smash against the dashboard saying, come on car, what are you doing with me? I'm doing great times here, don't leave me here. Come on, play with us. And Moscow here, just through start-finish line, really having fun out there. The driver's really pushing hard, a bit hard on the brakes always on the final straight here. And Degenov are really taking it easy. They're coasting here nice and swift. They saw what Eindhoven had for problems. I presume that they'll have similar problems, and they just want to make a safe bet now and take the car home and really try and do everything. So I think in the background our electricians in the background, electrical technicians, already making a lot of work and trying to analyse the data they're getting with the telemetry and seeing what they can do and how high and low they can limit the power. But I'm just seeing Bastian here in front grabbing a last lap sign for, I think, our Spanish team, car 25. They've been going very well. There's no problems with that. There's nothing spectacular going on so far that we've noticed. So the driver just giving a thumbs up there as a thank you to Bastian, who's made the last call. So this is the next car that we'll be seeing pitting into the driver's change.
Yeah, I got car 25 just coming past me there, TU Madrid. Nice little car. I know they had some issues yesterday when they were running in the autocross. Don't seem to be having the same issues today with the misfire and some gear changes. So yeah, hopefully a couple of good times. We've got car 70 coming around, same issue there, and then bang, all of a sudden the fuel gets down into the tank and just gets going again. So yeah, hopefully they can keep running now through the endurance, because that looks like a nice little car when it's running properly.
Yeah, Johnny, and as we speak, we have car number 10, University of Hatfield, or Hertfordshire as it's known. They're just about to enter the endurance. They got the engine running, and they're just waiting for their turn to commence the endurance.
Yes, and we just saw car 51, that's our Sevilla team, out on track. A big cheer from the tribune, so well done there, guys. They managed to come up and as we say this, car 25 Madrid is on their very last lap for the first driver's change, and I'm seeing the checkered flag here being positioned ready for our Madrid guys who will be coming into the driver's change. To you, Mickey, the driver, he really likes putting up the thumbs up here from his cockpit. A very good guy. He's trying to get the car slowly running into the pit stop. Bit of problems there getting the gear in, the first gear, but he managed, and as they're in the pit, we'll just wait with the drivers, and Mickey will keep us posted on what's happening there.
Yeah, it's just one of the signs that the driver is relaxed and knows what he's doing. He knows the car. So whenever you see a driver giving a thumbs up, or it means that he's aware of his surroundings and he's aware of the signals that have been given to him. So it's always a good sign to see. In the meantime, the second driver is already in the car and he's being strapped in. I'll keep you updated on that.
Yes, and we just saw our Thailand team from Bangkok overtaking Degendorf here on track, and as we see Sevilla, car 51 past the straight. They're really going strong out there. I think the driver's really having fun. He's relieved that he can sort of let it out and really bite the dirt here and give the car everything he can. Moscow's having fun as well. I just saw the front right tyre lifting up in the air as it came down the final straight and into the chicane before the start finishing line. So the driver really on edge here as it comes through the wings corner. No wings on that car, Sandy, so it's going maybe a bit slower. So we're seeing Brian now coming into the slalom and really pushing hard. The car looking great there after the lifting as it goes over the jump. Oh, it brakes very early there. I think the driver doesn't want to get too much of a shock. But what's the issue now back in the driver's change area, Mickey? Have we got any news on that?
Yeah, the car just fired up. TU Madrid in the first go, the engine got started, so that's no problem for the TU Madrid, car number 25. I got to know them during the scrutineering queue. They're very lovely guys and girls, very patient, a very polite team, and absolutely a very good car. No problems in the driver change area, and they're just about to rejoin the endurance.
And Sevilla really having fun out there with their car 51. Just looking at their lap times of 94, another personal best, and he just undermined that by another 5 seconds. Well, congratulations there. Oh, just a bit of a fire coming out of the exhaust as he comes into the broken dreams there. So that looked quite spectacular. Hope our media guys maybe had actually caught that on camera. That really looked great from where I was standing. Well done there, guys, Sevilla. I think the driver's really having fun. And we're seeing here a bit of a traffic jam, as you just mentioned. Madrid is back out on track, I think. Did I get that right? Or they're trying to hold back Thailand there. Johnny, maybe you can give us some feedback what's happening back in the fourth.
Yeah, Thai team getting held up there by car 25, but they're getting the blue flag, so Marshall's doing a great job here to inform all the drivers. So a bit hard sometimes to catch a driver's attention, but so far so good.
Two classes. Moscow Miami guys and our Spanish Sevilla team. So these two race cars are really flying here this morning on the race car compared to the other cars that we've got on track. So well done, guys. You're really giving us a great performance here. We're really loving it to see that some of you drivers really having fun out there today, and this is what it's all about. It's not just a design competition, but the big thing about it is that you also have fun. Otherwise there's no point doing it. That's at least what Mickey's life philosophy is all about, and I think you can just give a grin there as I'm saying that. Back in the queue, looking back, we've still got Hatfield queued up, St Augustine and Paderborn. They are the next three cars that we'll be expecting to enter the endurance racetrack here very soon.
Yeah, so we've got a double driver change coming up for Moscow Miami and also for Bangkok guys. So both teams are waiting for their cars, and I think the first one is in, yeah, the car number 32 is in the driver change area.
Just a bit of news here down from, oh, we got fire extinguishers going there. Driver getting out of the car very quickly. So just down over, just coming out of the halfway point. I think it's the mostly white car. I think that's the car number
51, I think, Sevilla. I mean, we saw that early out of the exhaust muffler that there was a lot of fire coming out. So maybe that wasn't just backfire from the engine. Maybe that was a different case there. But what else can you see, Johnny, for us?
The marshals are just keeping a good eye on it. So driver standing in front, another fire extinguisher going again. So yeah, it's nothing too major. I can't see any flames from where I'm standing. The car's actually facing towards me. So I think the marshal's happy enough. Just some waved yellow flags. So yeah, they're doing a great job here, making sure that this is a nice, safe event. We've got car number E44 just coming slowly past.
Yeah, and as we speak, Johnny, car number 74 time just stalled the engine. I think the problems with the fuel or the engine or the ignition, whatever it is getting worse and worse. Let's hope they can finish this endurance, because he just stalled the engine. As we could see, it took him about 30 seconds to restart it. So let's hope they can finish this.
Yes, and we got a new car out on track. That's car number 10, Hatfield, who had some difficulties yesterday with engine or gear changes, but it doesn't seem that they've completely fixed that issue actually. Coming round to the broken dreams, what's your analysis there, Johnny, on the car?
Yeah, they've had some tough issues all weekend. Hatfield always produces lovely little cars. I've just been talking to both their faculty advisor just about the issues that they've had all weekend. So they've actually had to do a full rebuild on their electrical system, and of course, you know, like chassis and whatnot. So a bit of a tough weekend for them this year, but yeah, Hatfield always building good cars, so I hope they come back next year. I know they were trying out this new phaser engine from the snowmobiles, very well known to all the Scandinavian teams. It was once thought to be sort of the new sort of Demon Tweaks engine that everyone should have. So I really hope that they go back to that concept and bring it next year to the team.
And we just have to saw that last lap for Deggendorf. They're going a bit slower now. They've been waved the yellow flag where the Sevilla team are. But we've got still Hatfield out on track and Madrid. And I think some cars are being lined up on just waiting to be released there. And while I look back as Hatfield goes over the start finishing line, it is Moscow Mami that's their second driver. They've managed to restart there. Congratulations. You're really doing great, guys, this year, and we hope that the second driver will have fun out there and actually complete his 9 laps that's possible. So Madrid's coming through here, and we're just seeing Deggendorf here in the last horseshoe, really slowed down now, really not taking any risk at all. So we'll just keep an eye on that as Moscow Mami come out. Congratulations there, Moscow. You've done a great job so far. And the checkered flag is being prepared there by Bastian, our flag waver, who's signaling to the driver. Well done, guys, to Deggendorf. You've really done a great job. The crowd's going crazy over there, Mickey. So I'm not sure if they actually completed the first time in endurance, but Mickey will sort that out and question those teams, so we'll give you a live feedback on that later on. So currently, just give you the specs on the ranking, the fastest lap times. It's still Eindhoven who's got the fastest lap time as a car that actually has completed the endurance. Very fast so far this morning with Darmstadt, Maribor, as well as Braunschweig. But of course, these 3 cars weren't able to complete the endurance. They had to get a DNF, not finish on track, and sadly that's out for them. But as we talk, St. Augustine, car E45, the car that lost its wing yesterday, is back out on track and is coming your way, Johnny.
Yeah, great to see. Really, sort of one of my favourites here. You know, over talking to the team, they were super pleased. Second through the metro screen here, so they were rather pleased with that. So yeah, the goal here for them is to finish all events. So. They're out onto the endurance now. It's just, as you say there, the point about sort of the quickest cars, they're doing a really good job putting in fantastic laps, but they have to remember that this is an endurance event. The whole point is to get through the 18 laps and 22 kilometers altogether. So unfortunately, if you can't make it to the end, then there's no points on the board.
Well, thank you, Johnny. I have someone here from Deggendorf. What's your name?
Maximilian.
So, you just finished endurance. How do you feel?
What?
You just finished endurance. How do you feel?
Great. We have a very long night with many problems, but the team works very great, fantastic, and all members in this team did a great job.
I think that goes out to you guys, so give them a big cheer. They finished endurance. Well done. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, great to see car number 32 from Dyna just heading down into wings. Yeah, just plugging away in the lap times. As I've got Hatfield now coming down through the pendulum. Yeah, really nice car that they've put together, so just a shame they're having those issues. So a few sort of misfires here and there, but they're still plugging away. That's really good to see. We have Moscow here, Mami, car number 52 in front of me. They have got how many laps done? They got 12 laps done, so they've been through the driver change. So yeah, they're just plugging away there as they head down through the grandstand. heading towards the halfway point. So nice to see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars out on track, all running. 6, I think, now as number 70 comes back out of the driver change. So let's hope that fueling issue, that running issue, doesn't cause any problems for them.
I'm back on track. I just lost my monitor there, so I couldn't hear you guys. Sorry about that. But currently, the track really looks like a great thing, and we just saw the very emotional when these guys work so hard and achieve this result and get the achievement. And it really is great to hear that these guys are so happy after such a lot of hard work going out there. And I mean, I'm not just talking about Degenov. All these teams have actually come here to the event, have managed to produce the car and make it stand here, let it pass through scrutineering, and actually give us a nice show here on the dynamic racetrack out here in the Endurance today. So congratulations to all of you guys, and especially to those that are able to really perform well today and finish the Endurance. And we hope we'll be seeing a couple of other cars finish soon. We've had quite a few so far. And
whoa, car number 25, we've got the side pod coming up just as they come down into wings. Obviously, that's not very good. So I think probably what we're going to see there is either the black flag or black flag with the meatballs, so just coming around now, heading into the slalom. So it's a bit of a shame for them. I mean, that's a €2 part, unfortunately. It hasn't quite been seen yet by the marshals, so they haven't received any flags. So yeah, a bit of a shame that for them. I think that could stop their endurance.
Yeah, I think he'll be giving the meatball flag first of all. I think our race controls already made Bastian aware of that he will be giving the meatball flag to our Spanish team here. So yeah, it's lifting off. They probably have to rip it off. I'm not sure if that's allowed. And oh, the driver did not see the meatball flag there, and now it's happened. We've got the side pot on the track. Thankfully, there's no car behind them, so drivers really should be paying attention to the flags that's being sent, especially with the meatball flag. That's an important one, so that really means that probably the driver will be getting either a disqualification, a black flag, and it looks that way. Yes, I think Madrid will be being pulled off. First of all, meatball flag, they just have to be taken seriously. The drivers have to pay attention, and this does look like a bit of a risk out there if you're losing parts on your car.
Yeah, just rather interesting there, talking about the emotion of the teams competing here. You know, I don't think it really matters sort of what level you're at, whether you're going for the win or you're sort of just hoping to meet your goal. I mean, I know myself, I've been fortunate enough to have won one of these competitions as a project leader, but also, you know, we set a goal to just finish all events way back in 2007, and when we got to the end, I was the second endurance driver. Unfortunately, the car had overheated, but we were still able to get it to the end of the endurance, including 2 extra laps, which was quite interesting. And I have to say that both times, going 12th and first, I mean, I cried my eyes out. So, interestingly enough, the only time I never cried was when we didn't finish an event. So, it would be a few tears of joy.
Yeah, Johnny, I think we will see another sad moment, because car number 25, New Madrid, is being shown the black flag for missing the meatball flag. So I'm not too sure whether it's game over or they will have a little chat with one of the drivers. But he really needs to pay attention to the flags, and unfortunately it is a DNF for Madrid for ignoring the meatball flag, and that's really sad because they were doing such a good job, and the driver just probably missed the flag. I really don't think it's an intentional ignoring the flag, so it's just really sad for Madrid, but they did a good job. So let's hope next year they will be back and finishing endurance.
And we've still got Pforzheim car number 70 really struggling with their right-hand corners, and that means that we've got Hatfield trying to catch up, was catching up, but that slowed down really dramatically, just as I mentioned Pforzheim, and they're coming to a standstill. So that means in the final straight down there. Hatfield still got a running engine, but he's got problems, I think, getting the gear in. He's revving the engine, can't seem to get the gear or find a gear. Driver's trying hard. He's really putting all of his body into it, trying to get that gear lever and car into gear, but it's not happening. So he'll be pushed off track, and he'll be giving, I think, 60 seconds while Augustine, car E45, passes nice and slowly, paying attention there. So well done, guys, for keeping your eyes peeled out on that.
Yeah, car number 58, University of Paderborn, just coming out on their first lap, tiptoeing around there over the painted sponsor markings. So it's, I think it's very important for these drivers is to really take it easy as they come out on their first lap. You know, they're just trying to get the tyres up to temperature. I'm sure Mickey's available there. First lap as a driver.
Well, just to interrupt there, I think the driver from Hatfield has just gone out of the car. I think you guys in the FSG live stream can see that. And driver signalling that there's some problem with the gear changing, couldn't get that out. So that's a DNF for Hatfield. So sorry guys there, really bit of a hard stroke there if everything's running except your gear shift system. So you did a great job, did have the technical difficulties that we saw yesterday, you tried the best and well done there. But another car out on track, we've got the orange car Paderborn also trying to get the gear in and not being successful. He's revving the engine. That's car 58. That is not going off track. That's something that the drivers should be doing when they know that the car is not going, but maybe was hoping that he will get maybe the first or second gear back in. Bit of a wait there for St. Augustine E45, who are doing a very good performance here, being a very moderate lap time, so they really are here on consistency, just trying to get the car home and through. And I'm not sure if car 58 has got the first gear in. The marshals are sort of signalling wait, there's still some traffic in the back there. And it does look that if St. Augustine will continue another 2 laps, that they'll be in there with their driver's change.
We got car number 52 from Moscow Mami running a bit slowly here. They're on lap number 16. I'm just wondering whether or not it's an issue or whether or not they know they're sort of risky on fuel, so they're just taking it easy with the instruction to get home.
Daniel and Johnny, I had a little talk with the guys from Hertfordshire, from Hatfield. It seems that they have lost the chain, so that's why they couldn't get the car going again. It's really sad, but another lost chain.
Well, we already named one corner after that, so we can't name all corners there. But, well, sorry guys there from Hatfield that happened to. That really is a standard part and issue that shouldn't occur really, but there are so many minor details that you really have to take into account. We just saw here on the final straight, car 52, that's our Moscow Mamik, is being overtaken there by our Thailand and German full-time team. So the Moscow team really are struggling now on the last, I think they're on the last lap, is that correct? Or need to last, yes, 17th lap, so I think this is the only lap they've got to go through.
Yeah, it's good job there from the driver, just try and get it home, shaking the head though as they come round here. Let's hope they can make it home.
I really hope so. I'm crossing my fingers for those guys because it is the last lap and the driver's really going slow here, just hoping that. And talking about slow, we've got car 25 getting the blue flag here out on track, and that's another battle here. Our Thailand Bangkok team with full time. I'm not sure if Bangkok, I think they can't pull away, so that's the next team that will most probably be getting the blue flag, but they're still here on the yellow flag section. That's where we saw Paderborn earlier. They're still having issues, and it doesn't look good there, guys. I don't think that Paderborn will be able to get their gear in. Maybe a similar issue as we just saw with Hatfield. I was talking about gear issues, but it really looks like maybe that the gear is in place and they've got also a broken chain. So just have to wait and see what's there. Bangkok has not been given the blue flag yet. They're getting the checkered flag. That's the reason why. So well done there, guys. You've really completed their endurance. And I think this is the first time that we're seeing the guys here in Hockenheim, and being the first also to one of the first Thailand teams here to finish endurance. Congratulations there from my part and from our part. I think Mickey will have a closer look there to our guys from Thailand.
We got car number 52 there. Moscow, they're just coming out of the slingshot now. I think I've been willing them on since they came past me here. They're just coming down the last straight. I think they've got one more lap to go. They're just getting the last lap board. So I hope the crowd here can just will them on a little bit. Hopefully that car will be able to make it round.
Yes, and they are on their very final lap now as they come round over the start-finishing line. And we're still looking back and back. I mean, if Moscow will do this, and they will be finishing the endurance, and we really hope that that will be the case. And our guys from Thailand at the back are being pushed straight with a scrutiny to the refueling station. Of course, with the fuel efficiency, that's all going after order. I think Mickey will be back with us shortly and maybe give an update from our guys from Thailand.
Yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt you guys, but I have the guys from Thailand here, and they're absolutely happy. So I'm just going to have a small interview with the second driver. So, first of all, what's your name?
My name is God. You can call me that.
Okay, I know you have some impossibly long name, so I'll just that's fine. So just tell us, you just finished endurance. Just tell us your thoughts. How do you feel?
We feel very proud to be here because this is first time for us from Thailand, and we are proud to tell the world that we are Thai.
It's great to see you guys. I see you in the scrutineering line, and you were so polite, and you were very, very friendly to everybody, and it's really great to see you to see you here. Will you coming back next year as well?
Yeah, we hope so. We are trying to improve ourselves and coming back again to next year, and we'll do it better.
Well done. It's absolutely great that you finished endurance. So congratulations to the whole team, and you should be proud to be here. It's very good. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Well, that definitely was a great performance from a Thailand team. First newcomer and finishing endurance. Not many teams that come here for the first time had managed to do that, so congratulations there. And as we say, we've got another car pitching in. That was car US St. Augustine E45. Our scrutineers having a closer look at that rear wing again. We've already seen it early on at Loughborough where the rudder snapped. And of course on the start-finishing line, it's Moscow Mami. Well done there, guys. Car 52, you've managed to finish and endure the endurance. And the driver, I'm not sure if that was the last bit of fuel there. He wanted to go carry on, but the car just stalled on them, so it really was on edge. Maybe Mickey can get up a quick update on that and what happened there and why the car in the last 2 or 3 laps was going so slow.
I've been holding my breath for that entire last lap there. It was, yeah, it would have been heartbreaking to see them not finish that. So really, really happy there for car number 52. Quite interesting here. Car number 70, I think, coming around there as well. Still having those what appear to be fuel surge issues. It'd be really nice if as soon as they come in that Mickey gets to have a chat with them, find out what's going on.
Well, as Mickey is still waiting, I can give you an update. We've got 2 new cars here out on track that we forgot to mention so far. That's car 38 US Berlin that are out with their first driver, and E65 Wiesbaden. And we're seeing Berlin here coming through. Wiesbaden. Now mixed up. Sorry, that's Wolfenbüttel. That's also start finishing line, and Berlin chasing after them. They're coming through now to the start finishing line. And US Berlin really having a great go out there, and enjoying his in as he goes through the kink. And Pforzheim is still out there, having their right-hand turn issues as he cannot accelerate out of that. But it looks like that this is going to be their final lap. So our flag guy Bastian is already picking up the checkered flag, and it is as Pforzheim nearly stalls the engine, regains power, can go out, goes through another right-hand corner, has not got power down, and just rolls over the start-finishing line. Well done there to Pforzheim. They have really had a tough bit of driving out there, and maybe Mickey can get up posted on that car as well later on, what the technical issues there was on that car, why it couldn't go through the right-hander corners on this track.
Yeah, but it really sort of proves the point here that the point about finishing first and making it to the finish line. It is an endurance. We got 18 laps, so maybe not as quick as they'd hope, but it could even have hidden some other problems that they could have had, which is sometimes not a bad thing. It's better to get to the end with a slightly slower time than not to get to the end at all, having banged in a couple of fast laps. So that's great there for car number 70.
Yeah, I just had a little talk with the guys from Moscow for car number 52. It seems that they were almost running out of fuel, so they were very, very fortunate to finish endurance. And the driver was really, really hoping the car wouldn't stall on the last lap. So they did a good job to bring the car home. Well done to the Moscow guys, car number 52. They finished endurance, respectable times as well.
Yes, and we've got another good news here. We just saw St. Augustine back out on track there with their second driver, so they managed to complete their driver's change successfully. Congratulations there to St. Augustine, who are out on track and racing again and chasing some other cows on track. We've got our French team, car 71, with their first driver just coming out of the pit lane. So that's our fifth car now out on track as well, together with Augsburg, Wiesbaden, Berlin, Offenbüttel, and of course St. Augustine.
Oh, I have to tell you, they are up on 3 wheels for about 200 meters there. Oh my God, it's front left, front right, just really getting that car up. I don't think there's a single point now where they've had 4 wheels on the ground. It's quite phenomenal to watch that little driver. Obviously not paying attention to my bit of advice for drivers to take it easy on the first lap. Nice to see them really going for it, really chomping at the bit to get some good lap times in here.
It's always good to have a couple of 3-wheelers on track. That makes also more spectators worthwhile to watching it. And as it comes over into the wings, I really can see what you're talking about, Johnny. This really looks quite spectacular. The car always just 3 wheels. It goes through the wings there. It's got a lot of roll. Oh God, yeah, well the driver's really struggling there as it always sort of picks up the front left wheel, and you can really see that it loses traction. So the driver's really having a bit of difficulty there trying to get the car under control as the front left or front right wheel always picks up. You can really see as it picks up that he's just on through. That really does look spectacular out there. So well done there, guys, for giving us a great show. Not sure if that's too good for your lap times, to be honest, but it definitely is nice to watch.
Yeah, and I had a little chat with the guys from Pforzheim. It seems that they have something wrong with the engine mapping. They said, well, they didn't really know what was going on with the car. Obviously, the driver was a bit frustrated with every right turn. So it seems to me that it's not an engine mapping issue, but they had to find out. Still, they will look at it and maybe they will come back to us and tell us what was really going on. But they finished, and it's a great job for Pforzheim, car number 70.
We got
well
car number 38 here, just down after the pendulum, just talking to. They've called over a marshal. They think they've got a problem. They want to get the okay from a marshal. So no, driver slamming the steering wheel down there with frustration. So a bit unfortunate. I think they just got the marshals to get in and take a look. So marshal's going to push them out of the way now.
I think that's a very responsible driving there. I mean, drivers should know their cars, and if they have got the feeling that something's wrong, I mean, that's what our red shirts are there for. They're not just there to take you off the track, but they're also there to help you. So I think that driver really has done the best choice there, just to be on the safe side. If you've got the feeling that there's something wrong with the car, just, talk to the red shirts and marshals out on track and see if you can get some response, because the drivers, of course, haven't got the complete overview. So maybe we can later have a look exactly onto the car, or maybe get a guy from Berlin and ask what has actually happened, if fluid's coming out, or if there's something broken on the rear wheel, on the rear drivetrain. I'm not sure. But Isaac just storms past here through the start finishing line, and still on 3 wheels there, so he's coming your way, Johnny.
Yeah, just fantastic. I'm waiting for him to put it up on 2 wheels, to be honest with you. I swear to God, he's keeping the wheels up just constantly for about 20 minutes just as they come past, or 20 metres just as they come. I think it will be 20 minutes actually, so just fantastic to see. Unfortunately, a few cones actually, despite being on the 3 wheels, has been rather clean. As we have Carnaby 45 coming a bit slow, but that's okay. We have that isn't an issue there for Carnaby 45.
Next out on track comes Darmstadt, our US team, car 42. Their next car out on track, another combustion car. And a lot of smoke coming out of there as it just passed the tribune. That's not a good sign. That means I think it definitely will get the meatball flag, depending on what's going out there. I'm not sure if that's exhaust or something else.
It's coolant. That's a car that needs to stop. That's coolant coming out. I think if they don't get stopped soon, we could have a lot of oil coming out onto the track.
So that car definitely will be getting the meatball flag, definitely in the start-finishing line. And it's coolant already now. I mean, it's just sort of warmed up. I'm not sure if that's actually coolant hot coming out there, or if that's as long as it's just water, it's still okay. But like you said, Johnny, that usually is the worst indication so far that the next step is actually oil being out. I know he's been called the red flag there.
Pulled off to the side. Marshall's managed to get attention. We got there's a fire now. There's a fire. But the Marshall's very good there. They're in quickly, nice with the fire extinguishers. Good job, well spotted by the Marshall there. So waved yellow flags, but thankfully I think they were able to get off the track in time. So there's no more fluid really there out on the track than coolant. So very well done by the Marshalls and the driver as well to get the indication to come off.
Yes, that's bad luck for our Darmstadt team that was on his first lap out there. They're still trying to get the fire down, so I think we were wrong there with thinking that it was just water. There was really something rubbing against each other and then heating up in that zone. And as Isaac just goes past, this time with 4 wheels, that it goes slowly past, it goes through his slalom, back on 3 wheels again. But a lot of Marshalls going out there with the fire. I hope they're still keeping an eye on track with all the other cars going down. So we've got the yellow flags from the pendulum starting straight through into the wings corner, where they'll be getting the green flag so that it can go flat out through the slalom, hopefully. And got any better view from us from there, Johnny? Maybe you can see this fire out on Darmstadt car. Yeah, it is. I think they're just trying to keep it cool, make sure nothing else goes. I think basically what we saw, I think they were trying to keep the fuel tank cool as well. I think basically what we saw happening was, I mean, it was straight out on their first lap, and I think basically either the system's overheated and it's popped something off, but the cars managed to basically dump all the coolant out of the, or not the coolant of course because they're only running water. They managed to get the water out of the engine, and then of course what happens is the engine's not being kept cool anymore, so oil starts to get a bit hot and things start to expand. So I have a sneaky suspicion that engine might be seized, unfortunately, as well. Well, it definitely isn't a good sign if anything catches fire on a car. So we'll just have to wait and see what our Marshalls will do. They'll definitely be a bit more patient, and they should be careful. As soon as we saw some flames earlier as well from our Sevilla team from Spain. This is the second car that had a slight fire in there. So we hope, as long as it's just small fires, everything's okay, and our Marshalls got on track. And looking back on our French Isaac team here, really, driver's really pushing hard. He's clipped a cone there, just out of the broken arm. So you got something new for us?
Yeah, Daniel, I think the ISA driver is getting the black flag because he's been ignoring the yellow flag. So as we can see, he's been given the black flag. He was really driving full throttle the moment he was passing the yellow area, so that's really not done here. And I think Frank Ruske is going to have a little chat with him, not to do that anymore. They will be allowed to continue, I guess, but this time will be counted to them. Yeah, and we can see Frank being really angry with this driver. You don't do that. There is a yellow flag situation. You don't go blazing past so yellow flags. You really have to show that you are slowing down, and this driver didn't do that. So he got a fair warning, and he lost some time. And but he will be allowed to continue, but he will be watched, that's for sure.
We now have the yellow and red flags down here just after the pendulum, all right the way up to the halfway point as well. So unfortunately it seems my what I was saying about not any oil being on track, I think it's come all the way from halfway point right the way to where you see the car stop now. So that's going to have an effect on people's times.
Yeah, that is a pity, of course. I mean, oil or water on a track, there is a difference between the two, and this is the more of a reason why we have the yellow flags out. We have to be cautious, and the drivers have to respect that decision that the race control makes, and that's why I think Frank really made a good point there to Isaac, so hopefully he will keep a lookout for those yellow flags and abide by them as well. A lot of cars are still going very cautiously past. I'm not sure how slippery track is out there through the pendulum and onto the corner through the wings, but it does look like maybe we have to interrupt the endurance race just a short while, maybe clean up, but that's a decision the race control have to do. They're still analysing the situation, and Isaac is back out there again. Their lap times were quite fast in the prior one, so definitely no yellow flags abiding there. We can really see that on the lap times, so we'll just keep a good look out behind there if the car drivers.
Yeah, it's really interesting, Mickey, see if you can find out whether or not that's actually a design feature for that car, that they want to lift up those inner front wheels. So if you could try and find that race engineer and see what they have to say about that.
Well, I'll do my best, Johnny, but I'm pretty sure that's not a design feature. If it is, it's not a very good one. I think Claude Ruel and Pat Clark will tell you all about that. Lifting one of the wheels is never a good thing. But as soon as they're, maybe we can have a little chat with one of the race engineers.
Thanks for that, Mickey. We've got car E45 here, just running slowly past in front of me. They've been doing that now for a couple of laps, so I hope they're getting a big cheer from the crowd down here, and the driver giving a nod and a little wave just to acknowledge that they're trying to make sure that they get to the end of this event as they let car E69 come past. So yeah, I think quite a few of the crowd there willing them on.
We've got a couple of cars in the drivers changing area. That's car E65 and E35, so two electric cars out there, so it's pretty silent, and a third car will be coming in very soon as well. The team and drivers are already in place, and the next team that we'll be seeing here is, of course, Augsburg E69. So this is the next car that will be pitting in, and we won't be hearing any engines firing up, so we'll be 100% relying on Mickey giving our postbacks whether those drivers' changes are successful or not.
Yeah, we have two cars in the driver change area, E65 and car number E35, so both electric cars are in here. So we won't hear any engines firing up, but we will hear some beeps, hopefully, indicating, there we go. So UAS Australia E35 is ready to go out as they completed the driver change.
So just an update there on the small fire that we had. Seems to be that it's actually a head gasket has gone in the engine. Some kind of oil pipes popped off and got onto the exhaust. So unfortunately, an oil leak onto the exhaust caused the fire. But our marshals here are getting some sawdust down on the track, running across there with the brooms as well, looking much like Trevor there from GFR Combustion. I wonder has he been out on track as well, giving it a bit of brush, putting down some magic for GFR this afternoon.
Yeah, and we just saw St. Augustine, who are really going a very slow pace, 140 seconds lap being blue flagged. And next blue flagged here was, of course, for Bochum. They've been so that Isaac can overtake them. And Isaac really doing a good job here now, catching up some of the time that they lost probably in the black flags, and really doing a good pace here. But St. Augustine really struggling out there. They're really just crawling along. They've got still a couple of laps to go. I think another 2 laps at least. So this will be a bit of a of course, there is the maximum time rule there, Mickey, isn't it? That if a team does go way too slow, I mean, actually 140 seconds to the fastest time of around 90 seconds, that's 50 seconds slower. Maybe you can brief us a bit on there on what the rules say to that.
Yeah, Daniel, there's a rule saying that any car that is 133% slower than the next one on track, they should be pulled off track because they are causing a lot of hold-ups for the faster cars. However, in these kind of conditions, in this competition, usually these cars are allowed to continue the endurance. Why? Here we have like 4 overtaking areas. So in the end, you don't you're not holding up cars that long as we can, and all the cars can overtake you. So it's not a big deal. So it's very unfortunate that if you have to pull the car off for being a bit too slow. So that's why the organization usually just tries to let everybody race as much as possible.
And just saw our French team Isaac, who just been shown the last lap sign. So they are here getting ready, hopefully for the driver's change, if I'm not mistaken. So that will be taking place shortly. I think the team's second driver is already ready there. Is there anyone else there in the pit that we still got an eye out for, Mickey?
Yeah, we got car number E69, second driver is in, and he's being strapped in. It's UAS Augsburg. Second driver is being strapped in by the first driver, and they look calm. Have practices a lot, so I don't see any problems with it so far. So I'll keep an eye on them.
I can tell you, it's quite a lot of oil down here on the track leading through Pendulum, and the next corner leading up to Wings. The marshals have even had to bring down an extra bottle full of sawdust. So yeah, quite a big clean-up job here at the moment. So hopefully that won't affect times too much, and the track will be cleared now later on this afternoon for the quicker times. Oh no, we've got car E45. They've stopped out on track there. Can you give us any update on that, Daniel?
Well, the driver's been signalling because it was going really, really slow. So I think the marshal was just being safe because we had 4 cars just getting very close to St. Augustine, and it was being, I think, pulled off track just to let them pass. But the driver signaling, no, I'm okay, and he's setting up a bit of a quicker pace at the moment, but still going very slow here. So very, very slow and taking it easy. I mean, this is going to be the, I think, preliminary lap, if I'm not mistaken. No, it's not. Still got another 3 laps to go in this pace. So we really have to keep our fingers crossed. The driver just signaling with the finger. Come on, I'm giving everything here. And
and Daniel, sorry to interrupt you, but we got car number E69, UAS Augsburg, restarted the electrical car without any problems, and they're about to join the endurance.
Well done, guys, there. And out they come, E69. That's a great looking car there. Nice features, nice and sleek, and so far doing good lap times as well. Out on track we've still got car 48 Bochum, and close behind that is car E35 from Wolfenbüttel.
Yeah, big round of applause here. Big support for car number E69 from Augsburg. Big number of supporters there up in the grandstand as the car heads down. Oh, E65's pulled off the track, or E45's pulled off the track. Sorry. So, they've got 1 minute to get restarted. So let's see whether or not that's game up for them.
Well, they have been struggling quite a bit now, and not sure if they've got one of those lucky angels on top of them, helping them maybe to get another 2 laps out of that. But it really seems as the batteries have been giving everything, and this could be the final call for them.
Yeah, driver's out of the car, that's it. It's over, unfortunately. Real shame. E45 showed quite a lot of potential this weekend. You know, they were really proud of being second through the electric scrutineering. So, and they really just aimed to finish all events today. So, unfortunately, that wasn't possible. But I think they put in a really good show, number E45. So I think they deserve a big round of applause actually from the crowd.
Yeah, and we got car number 71, Astet Navarre. The second driver is in the car. He's ready to rejoin the endurance. Let's see what they can do on the second stint.
Yeah, I'm wondering whether or not they can get 2 wheels off the ground. That would be, I think that would be quite impressive. Not a first, but definitely impressive. As I have car E number 69 coming past me here. heading out down through Nordic Curve, going to get a huge cheer from their supporters. Yeah, great to see the support. Nice to have all the students there giving the good support to their team. It's a long year, hard work. So I have number 71, yeah, coming through, got it up on one wheel off the ground, but taking it a little bit more easier than the first drive.
I'm just checking our tweets here at FSG Live, and I got a very nice tweet and picture from our green team Stuttgart that some people are still out there and enjoying our FSG live stream and commentary. So thanks guys for our support. We're doing our best, and you've got chilled out there, you've got seats, you've got a big flat screen TV, so I think you've got one of the best spots there, getting some of the close action with our great media coverage from our team from Bernd. And their people are doing a great job there today to give you such good quality pictures, live streaming it down over the internet and all across the world for people who maybe can't make it, and of course don't want to, maybe also people don't want to go across on the campsite over here and just taking and chilling it out. So thank you guys for that little tweet over there.
Yeah, I mean, we've all been alumni. We've all wanted to know what's going on at the different competitions. I think Formula Student Germany put on a really good show here for all the folks at home who can't make it. So I think it's been fantastic as an alumni who couldn't make it to events to actually to watch that from overseas. So great now to be right down here sitting at the front and watching all the action. It's really good.
And currently we've got our 5 cars back on racetrack again, and I think another car is being prepared to come out, and yes it is, it's car number 68 out, and a big cheer comes out with them as they come through the small tribune, so well done guys there from Mannheim. And that means we've got 6 cars running out on track. That's a lot of cars to keep focused on, so we'll see that Bochum are still being chased by Wolfenbüttel, and they're not getting blue flag. I'm not sure what's happening there, if they're just saying, well, their pace before was similar, so they're not getting blue flagged. Well, they are getting blue flag now, so I'm not sure if that's a constant overtaking there from Bochum. Building a little battle over there. Maybe the 2 cars have got equal fast lap times.
Yeah, it's great to see real sort of ding-dong